There it is. See, that's it. Ladies and gentlemen, now it's Too Late with Alan Mosley.
Yeah! Welcome back to It's Too Late. I am your host, Alan Mosley, joined as always by the number one producer in late night. It's Dave Wolomowski. Dave. Come on.
That's it, man. We got it out of the way. It's going to be a great show. I'm fired up. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. And
I actually have to pull my notes back up because it's already ruined. So I have to start. just hold on.
All right.
All right.
Then
you know what today is, Dave?
today is Wednesday. That's when we do the show.
Well, yeah, but it's 420. Are you big 420 guy, Dave?
Oh, I had my time back in the day, but now, no, I don't partake at all.
You sowed your wild oats, did you?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't. Like, I always like to make light of it when every year on 420. Actually, I had the idea that since the show this year fell on April 20th, that we would do some sort of special where it would be, we highlight 69 things on 420.
Oh, yeah.
But I couldn't think of 69 of something to do.
Yeah, that's a lot of something.
So we just kind of moved. That was actually what one of my friends said. Is they said, I don't know, man, 69's a lot. How about you do 6.9? I was like, how do you do 0.9 of something?
Like, we're gonna do 6.9 M&Ms. Let me cut this one off a little bit.
Yeah, this is 0.9 of a show, quite frankly, if you think about it. But honestly, there's actually a lot of anniversaries and special occasions that all happen around the same time of year. I actually start off with, did you know that yesterday marked the 29th anniversary of the end of the siege of the Branch Davidians in Waco, Texas? Do we have a picture of the end of the siege in Waco?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, there it is. That's exactly how they showed it on NBC. Yeah. You know that Adam Baldwin, that was the guy that was in Firefly?
I think I've seen a couple episodes of that. Firefly.
This mother, he hasn't seen The Godfather or Firefly. He doesn't fit anywhere on the spectrum. He's off the spectrum.
No, I said I saw a couple episodes. Well, maybe not whole episodes.
You know what? Just keep digging the hole. Jesus Christ. I'll tell you another anniversary. Did you know that 420, everyone thinks of it as the stoner holiday, but before that, it was the birthday of Adolf Hitler.
Oh.
Don't ask me how I know that. I'm just telling you that Adolf Hitler's birthday was April 20th. Do we have a picture of everyone's favorite 20th century fascist dictator?
Oh, yeah, here you go.
Yeah, there he is.
Yeah, that's him.
But you know what? Not everyone is enjoying the festivities this week, particularly shareholders of the popular streaming service Netflix. Did you see all that stuff in the news about Netflix? The streaming giant has lost upwards of 50% of its value since mid-March, and they lost another 37% today of their stock.
Today?
On report, yeah, and that's because their reports have shown that they have lost hundreds of thousands of subscribers.
Oh, man.
I know. But never fear, reps for Netflix have perfectly logical explanations for why this is. You take a look right here. Netflix blames increased competition, password sharing, as well as inflation. And more importantly, the ongoing Russian invasion of Ukraine for the stagnant subscriber growth.
Wow.
What? That's the thing, is that's gonna be the thing that everyone does now. Every corporation, every brand, every show, everybody, that's now an excuse that everyone feels like they can use. Like quite frankly, we're having some stagnant subscriber growth on this program. You
Yeah.
know why that is, don't you, Dave?
It's the war in Ukraine.
Yeah. Why would
didn't
Putin
even-
do this?
I didn't even make the connection.
Honestly, I don't know why Putin would do such a thing at all. It can't have anything to do with Netflix's questionable programming.
Oh, what the hell is that?
What is that?
What is that? That's creepy.
That is creepy. You know, like that show's coming on Netflix right around the exact same time that Apple included the pregnant man emoji on iPhone. Did you see the pregnant man emoji?
Yeah, I've seen that. I thought that was around
Yeah.
for a little while. Oh, Apple just did it
Yeah.
because they're always behind the. Okay.
Yeah.
The Android.
Yeah, like that's one of those things that you see online. You're like, oh, that's a troll. No, that's real
Yeah.
life. They actually have a pregnant man emoji, and now there's pregnant man shows on Netflix. But the damn Putin. Why did Putin impregnate that Asian man? Is what I want to know. Oh man, you know this would have been a good show, I think.
you gotta give it a chance. I know
Yeah.
I know it started kind of rough, but
You know what you have to give a chance for? We're only like 6 weeks away now from the 4th annual It's Too Late live show taking
Yes.
place here in Middle Tennessee, hosted by yours truly as well as Dave and Mary of Liberty Late Night at the private Bon Aqua Computer Club.
It's gonna be
That's in Bon
amazing.
Aqua. That's Saturday, June 4th this year, 3 o'clock to whenever. But you have to get your tickets. We got an Eventbrite link down
Yes.
there in the show notes, and if you're in the live chat, our Twitch mod Aaron's got the link
Yeah.
right there. You got to get your tickets because space is limited. And honestly, we had a big like committee meeting this past week, and it's going to be amazing. It really is. This is going to be our biggest and best event yet.
I'm very excited.
I really can't wait. We're going to have barbecue and banana pudding
Mm.
and cookies
Mm.
and cupcakes. And in that evening, there will be a live show of It's
Yeah.
Too Late with Alan Mosley.
That sounds incredible.
It'll be good until then.
Yeah.
It'll be good until then. So
Yeah, but also
Anyway.
if they're not seeing the link, they should be on Twitch where all the cool kids are at.
they should be on Twitch where the cool kids are at. Do we have our Twitch thing? Yeah.
He loves it on Twitch.
Twitch.tv/Alan_Mosley. I think that's all of our links. Do we have anything else that we need to share? I
till
literally
next
have them
scene.
in my notes and I just skip them.
Yeah. Yeah, I did too.
Yeah.
You did good though. You caught it.
All right. Well, thanks. Somebody has to be on their game in this goddamn show. Feel free to hit a button or something like that.
Oh.
That was remember right before we started the show, like that whole give and take and like being
Yeah.
able to fill in the gaps with something funny. That was the time.
Okay. Well, I'm always
Yeah.
bad with the reacts. I got a laugh in on this one though. I thought that was pretty good time.
You did, but it actually scared me because you've left the button on, and that's going to come back to haunt us. It's going to haunt us. For folks at home that you don't understand, I can see the producer's booth, but
Yeah.
I can't. It's out of my hands.
Yeah, I've
it's
taken
just
total control.
It's just in God's hands now, ladies and gentlemen. And
Is that what you're calling me now?
if you just get bumpers and laughs when you don't expect them, then
Yeah.
there you are. I'm so glad everyone's here in the live chat to join us this evening. We have got such a great show prepared for you, but we're going to be back with the meme of the week and the viewer mail right after this commercial break. Stick around. back to the show, everybody. Welcome back to It's Too Late.
Yeah.
I gotta open my fortune cookie.
Oh, I'm so excited.
This is gonna determine if we finish the show or just cut stream.
Yeah. We'll play 7 Days to Die.
What does the future hold? Question mark.
That's it?
That's
We were
why
looking-
I opened the cookie, was to
that's the
find out
answer
what
we were looking for.
It's kind of like, remember the Magic 8 Balls? You could ask it a question and it would just say, like, ask again later. That's
that's
what
a
this
terrible-
was. This was an ask again later fortune cookie. I kind of got ripped off, I think.
Yeah, fortune is in the name. And
Yeah.
it's asking you.
Get these crumbs out of here. But with my diet the way I am, I kind of want to lick my fingers just
Yeah,
to
I know what you
remember what it's like to have food. Yeah.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
remember when I was starving myself and I'd be looking at ketchup packets, like, that'd probably be pretty good. Right?
I could go for a smoothie right now that you mention it. Tonight's sponsors, ladies and gentlemen, is Pat Crest Botanicals, where you can go to patcrestbotanicals.com for your CBD, gummies, topical oils, and just everything. Delta 8,
Yeah.
just fantastic products. I've heard nothing but fantastic things. I've had a great experience. I've had so many fans of the show who've used those products. As Alan, these are fantastic. You got a great sponsor. But you can get 30% off
30%.
with promo code It's Too Late. All one word, It's Too Late, for 30% off. Two of my favorite products right here are the Delta 8 nighttime gummies to help me sleep. Dave, can you get a picture of that?
Yeah, here we go. Here we go. Oh, I love it. Look at that product.
All right, and then there's the Ascend 3000. There's the Ascend 3000 right there. Can you?
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, I mean, I actually like it. I don't know why I did that face. So.
You used it all up in
Yeah.
the first shot.
Yeah, boy.
Oh
That's-
man.
Yeah. That was a good time for a laugh
Yeah.
button, but the
Well,
moment
we're
has
gonna-
passed. Yeah.
We're staying personable.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but that was a good time for a laugh button because the thing is, we've talked about this before, that you know that those sitcoms on TV, that they pipe
Oh.
in all that audience reaction, because if they don't, people think the shows are creepy and weird.
Yeah, it's just
And
creepy. Okay, yeah.
So everyone thinks this show is creepy and weird, Dave, if you don't if you don't play the audience reaction.
I love this. This is like on the job training. It's like I mess up, you correct me immediately, and then
Yeah.
next time maybe I'll do better.
Yeah. Well, you'll at least feel bad about it, but you don't have
Yeah.
time to feel bad about it right now because you better check your phone, Dave. What's going
Yeah,
on?
I meant to do that. I said it twice.
Come June 4th when we're doing the live show, like we're actually going to have that little PSA at the beginning of the program where we ask people, hey, make
Yeah.
sure that your phones are on silent. We're doing a live recording. When I'm saying that to the audience, Dave, I'm also talking to you.
Yeah. I need that. Yeah, that'll be helpful.
Okay. All right. Hey, Dave,
Yes, Alan.
what time is it?
It's time for meme of the week.
Oh,
Just ripping those pages out.
I killed them all.
Oh my god.
Not just the men, but the women and children too.
I did not see that one. That's good.
That's really appropriate. Yeah,
Yeah, it
no, that's really good. But we do have a bonus meme. Check out the bonus meme.
Oh, I can't wait.
All from Defiant L's this week. Biden says the president needs to stop blaming others and do his job. Biden also says, I know the families are still struggling with higher prices. I grew up in a family where the price of gas went up. We felt it. Let's be absolutely clear why prices are high right now. COVID and Vladimir Putin.
Wow.
Everybody's doing it.
Blame
Everything is Putin's fault. I love it.
Hates Putin.
Yeah.
There's a meme.
I mean, the thing is that, like, just a quick little meta comment is that Putin is an evil son of a bitch.
Yeah.
But other evil SOBs are blaming him for everything. That's why it doesn't work. It's that,
Yep.
it's like, yeah, but you're evil. It's like Satan saying, oh, rattlesnakes are scary. It's like,
Yeah.
you're Satan.
Well, maybe the rattlesnakes can take some of the blame.
Yeah. I hate snakes. Have I mentioned that?
No, no, that's a new one.
It's been a recurring theme on this program, and for some reason, people keep sending me snakes.
You're like Indiana Jones.
Yes, I'm exactly like Indiana
Basically,
Jones.
yeah.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, basically. um, let's basically answer the viewer mail, shall we?
Oh yeah.
Oh, jeez. It's so intense.
It is.
We got to get some happier music in this show.
Connecting all the dots.
Yeah. All right. Andrew Avery writes, Dear Alan and Dave, if you worked at a keyboard factory, would you get fired for putting in extra shifts?
Huh. What do you think?
I mean, if you were doing that intentionally, I would say eventually, yeah. Like, you can't just,
Can't just do that. I thought
Yeah.
like not if the extra shifts were approved by management, then I'm sure it's fine.
What's funny is that this spawned an entire conversation amongst the community that went on to, I hope they enter that one. I'm sure that they will if there's space. Such a control freak. I don't know what the function of all these puns is.
Yeah, there's some giggles in there.
Yeah.
We don't
even have to do a show. Just we'll pretend like we're going to do a show, and then everyone just kind of entertains themselves.
Yeah, we'll giggle at puns.
Yeah. We're really just the catalyst for the audience's self-improvement.
That's actually exactly what our show is.
All right. Brian Johnson writes, Dear Alan and Dave, what fictional character is amazing in the book, television show, or movie, but would be insufferable if you had to deal with them in mundane, everyday situations? That's a fairly specific question. Do you have an answer for that?
Oh, I said probably most characters would be annoying in mundane situations because like normally boring people are the best to have in a mundane situation, but they'd also be terrible characters. So I'll just Deadpool. I think Deadpool would be
the
worst.
Yeah, I could see that. Like everybody thinks he's funny, but like it wouldn't be funny if you had to deal with it.
All that sarcasm.
Yeah. I would aren't there some characters and superheroes and stuff where like they're literally like dangerous and radioactive, like you can't be around them. who's the Fantastic Four guy that like lights on fire? Like you can't do that in my living room. That's terrible. Yeah. Like it's like smoking. Can you go outside, dude?
Yeah. Forever?
All right. Yeah. What's her name though?
That's all
that
you have
one
to say.
chick. Yeah, okay. All right. Aaron Kittner writes, Dear Alan and Dave, why are so many musicians and actors commies?
Yeah.
Well, Aaron, so the thing is that the Hollywood is basically completely controlled by leftists and by Marxists.
Okay.
And so it's kind of like it's like a self-defeating prophecy type situation where if the whole industry is controlled by those people and you're a musician or artist coming up, you're going to toe their line or you're not going to work. And so after some generations of that, then boom, Tinseltown is nothing but commies. Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Except for us though. This is the best late night show in America and the only one not hosted by a communist.
We're breaking through.
Yeah.
Breaking through the red wall. I don't know.
Red wall? You mean like red tape or red?
Red, like communist red. We're busting in.
The wall's red because it's got so much fake brain matter splattered on it.
It's just communist colors.
All right.
Okay.
Ryan Seifert writes,
hit a button.
Dear Alan, yeah, Jesus Christ.
It's like I don't know.
Yeah. I think you've only missed 4 cues so far.
Yeah.
Don't go creating cues for yourself.
Okay.
That's advanced technique, all right?
Yeah, I dig it. All right.
Okay. Ryan Seifert writes, Dear Alan and Dave, if you overfill your cupcake cup so that cupcakes end up with muffin tops, is your cupcake now a muffin? Dave, as someone who enjoys muffin tops, what do you
Mm.
think?
Oh, I think muffin. Did that not work? A muffin is a bread, so no matter how
Okay,
big it gets.
okay, okay. Now, while we're on the subject, if you're having problems with the button, don't emote that.
Yeah,
Like, don't say, "Why isn't this button not working?" Like, don't do
I need
that.
sparks flying. Yeah.
Because no one would know anything was wrong until
Yeah.
you say, "Oh, Alan, I messed up. Hold on,
Did you
take
catch
5."
that? Maybe I like the
Jesus.
discipline.
Man, whatever happened to Sherry? Does anybody
Where did she
remember
go?
Sherry?
Yeah, I remember her. I haven't seen her
Yeah.
around.
I say Sherry because Blake's gone. He's
Mhm.
dead. But he got eaten by goats. Like, you know how in the movie Snatch they feed dead people to the pigs because the
Yeah,
pigs will eat the whole body. That's the goats do that. So
yeah, they have.
yeah.
I
All
heard
right.
that.
Hope this helps, Ryan. Uh, Jeremy Hale writes, "Dear Alan and Dave, is guacamole a smoothie?"
I'm
Now,
interested.
now let's think about this for a second. They're made from avocados, right?
Yeah,
And avocados are a fruit.
they are. But
But the ketchup is a smoothie because ketchup has a bunch of sugar added to it.
oh
I don't think you add sugar to guacamole,
no,
do you?
no, I wouldn't add sugar to my guacamole. Maybe a
Well,
little
there you
lemon
go.
juice. See,
So
see what
it's
I
a
came up with.
sugar-free smoothie,
Oh,
then I guess. I don't know.
but I always thought that a smoothie is a beverage, and it's like normal form. You can't really drink guacamole or suck it through a straw, even though I've known some people that maybe could.
Oh, you've known some people that could. All right. What was that you were saying about being personable tonight?
Yeah, that was vague
Um,
enough.
yeah. Well, just don't name anyone. It's just
No.
we can't. We've already got so much pending litigation that we can't. All right. Eric Eli writes, "Dear Alan and Dave, who is the best actor to play James Bond and the best James Bond movie?" Have you noticed that there's some people who send questions to the show, and I feel like they don't like. Eric may want to know what our answer is, but I'm not
Yeah,
sure he really wants an answer so much as he's trying to get people to fight.
yeah, that sounds like it'd be a hot topic.
There's a lot of people that ask questions on the show, and the purpose is they want to get chat fighting with each other.
Mhm. Oh,
Um,
bad
are you a big
actors.
James Bond person? Do you have an answer for that? I do have an answer for this, but I didn't
Yeah,
know
but
if you were a
let's
big.
get through my nonsense first. I've actually never seen a James Bond movie, but I know that the correct answer is
Jesus.
Sean Connery. I see. I was thinking this earlier when you were berating me about Firefly. So I was like, oh, just you wait. Yeah, I've never seen one.
All right, well, go ahead and throw a James Bond flick on the wheel along with The Godfather. It's just a
So
matter of time.
do I have to watch them all in order?
No, I mean,
There's a
because there's
lot of.
some that you don't really need to watch, to be honest with you. All right, so the correct answer is Sean Connery was the
Okay,
best James
good,
Bond. And
good. I got it.
honestly, Doctor No, yeah, Doctor No is the best James Bond movie. I
Good
think it
for
was the first one, as a matter of fact. It's funny how that goes. Is that the original one sets the stage, and it's kind of
Mhm.
like every nothing gold can stay. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but they'll milk it.
So, Doctor No, there you go.
All right.
Jonathan Carranza writes, "Dear Alan and Dave, is peanut butter and jelly sandwich really a pastry since it has jelly and bread? In which way is the correct way to eat the sandwich?
Mm.
Jelly side up or jelly peanut butter or peanut butter side up?" So we're going to skip the first half of that question because it's A, not that interesting, and B, it's not a pastry because you're
No.
not even baking anything. You just take the ingredients and put them together and eat them. Unless you're someone who makes a PB and J and like puts it in the oven for
Yeah. Or if
some
you
reason.
bake the bread yourself, but still, it's
Yeah,
not a
but that's
pastry.
just you're baking the piece and then making the rest of the thing. Like,
Mhm.
it's
Well,
not
actually,
coming out of the oven.
I was looking into it, and that's actually what a pastry is the actual the bread or whatever it is, but it's differentiated from bread by having a higher fat content, and that's what contributes to the flaky and crumbly texture. But other than that, whatever you put on it is just on top of your pastry.
What a fucking nerd, am I right, you guys? All right, so anyway, but here's the kicker, because again, our questionnaires just want everyone to fight with each other.
Mm-hmm.
Jelly side up, peanut butter side up on the sandwich.
Oh,
Now, I'm gonna say I've had some PB and J's in my day.
mm-hmm. I'm
Come to
on the
think of
right
it,
and wrong buttons.
I don't think I've had one probably in 15 years, to be honest with you. But back when I
Wow.
had them, it's been a lot. It's been a while. The jelly always goes on top
That's right.
because if you're eating a cake, the frosting's on top. So jelly on
See,
top.
I also don't want the soggy side on the bottom supporting the whole weight of the sandwich.
That's true. Well, you being a man of culture that loves mayonnaise, you would know that mayonnaise is not actually for flavor. It's actually an oil so that when you're making a sandwich, your soggy ingredients don't make the bread soggy because the mayonnaise, which is an oil, keeps the water from getting into the bread.
You just blew my mind, man.
There you are.
I didn't
Yeah.
even know that.
Like imagine coming across someone that like puts the mayonnaise in the middle and you're like, what are you even doing? That's like
Psychopath.
that's like pouring oil on the hood of your car and be like, that should fix it, and you just drive on. Yeah.
That's
All right.
insanity.
So there you go, Jonathan.
Wow.
Justin Campbell writes, Dear Alan and Dave, why is water polo the most hardcore sport out there yet, or yet is so underappreciated?
Mm.
Probably because it's pretty gay.
Yeah, it's got that.
Yeah.
It's also like boring and confusing.
Like you see these, like they're literally just in the pool, waist up, throwing a volleyball around. That's the sport. Like we used to do that when I was a kid in the pool, but we weren't trying to throw it into a net. We were just trying to murk somebody.
It was kind of that smear the, what's it called? I can't remember the name of the game with the football.
Football?
Smear the, yeah, but well, there was a game we'd play. Smear the something. I can't.
Feel like that bit needed a little bit more work, Dave.
Yeah, I'm
We'll
just trying
try
to get people banned in the chat.
Yeah, let's try it again next week. What do you think? All right. Carla Huber writes, Dear Alan and Dave, if a bunch of cats jump on top of each other, is it still called a dog pile?
Yes.
Well, if the cats are dog piling, because it's dog piling. It's like it's a verb, you know. So
call it
the cat
human piling.
the cats are dog piling.
Yep.
Yeah,
I
it's
agree.
like if a bunch of humans jump on top of each other, is it still called a dog pile? Yes. Yeah.
Human pile sounds kind of dark.
Yeah. Those commies were
Always
going
human
full circle.
piling.
And finally this evening, Mary Lynn Wilimowski writes,
Oh,
Dear Alan and Dave, what was your worst haircut you ever had?
oh,
Oh, but based on your reaction, Dave, I feel like there's a story there. What's going on?
yeah, I got a good one. So back when I was in high school, the cool haircut, and I think I was like right on the edge, man. I was gonna be the coolest kid in school, was to have long hair. So I'd been growing my hair out for a while, and then it's to like pull it up and shave around the side and back, so it's just long on top and then shaved around the sides. So if you let it down, it would just look long, and then you could pull it back and show off your shaved sides. So I went to this old barber that I always went to down the street, and I tried to explain to him what I wanted him to do, pull it up, shave it around the side, and evidently he didn't get the message, because what he did was he took his clippers and he just went so it was shaved on the sides, but he had cut off all the length that I had, so I just had hair up to here, but it was really long and thick. So you can imagine what I'd look like with my hair like that. And it was more than just a bowl cut. It was obscene.
I feel like if you could have salvaged it though, because this is what you could have done.
Okay.
If you had that haircut, you could have went out and got you some grease and like puffed up your hair, and then I think that's like a pompadour.
I don't think I was cool enough to pull that off.
You'd have been like in the movie Grease,
Yeah.
you'd had like the big slick thing, but trimmed. You know, I think that would have worked. I mean, you would
Right,
have
yeah,
got your
Aaron
ass
got it.
beat
Yeah,
just
either
every
way.
day you left the house, but
Probably not any more than I did. I'm lucky I was a big kid.
yeah. But the local pedophiles would have loved it, I think.
They'd be bothering me all the time.
I don't know if I have a story for worst haircut I've ever had because my hair is just great.
You can't ruin it. You can do
Yeah.
anything.
I told you I'm cutting it, right? Didn't I? I told you.
We were talking about it. I didn't know if you came
Yeah.
to a conclusion.
I'm cutting it off. So after the event June 4th, I kind of wanted to already do it. Like
Yeah.
I've woke up several days. I'm like, screw you guys.
Yep.
I'm going. I'm going to the barber.
Mhm.
But I know some people would be upset. So I'm gonna wait until June 4th, and then everyone can be like, oh hey, look, it's Alan. And then after June 4th, snip snip.
New Alan.
Like I'm not getting neutered. I'm cutting my hair. I shouldn't
Yeah,
have said
yeah,
snip
no,
snip. Yeah. But like look at this dude. Like look at that shit. It's way back there. Like it's way back there.
Yeah, and cutting
It
it
actually
off, that's a big commitment.
Yeah. I'm gonna lose 7 pounds cutting my hair. It's gonna be dope. I'm sorry. I don't really look at chat when we're doing It's
Yeah.
Too Late because this isn't really like a community stream. This is like a broadcast television show. But I couldn't help but notice that some person named Nightmare1234 in chat said, "Do we get to touch your hair?"
Yeah.
Only if you're a member of our Patreon,
There you go.
which I think you guys are. So yes.
Yeah. You should open up your
Yeah.
Patreon and see if it blows up right now.
Yeah, but other people, no. You got to go to patreon.com/Alan Mosley if you want to,
Touch it.
if you want to touch it. Otherwise you just get to look. You just watch.
Mhm.
You just watch other people touch it. All right. Anyway, we best be getting on, I think.
Yeah.
We're gonna be back to talk about blazing the drug war on 420 right after this commercial break. Go away. Your ad could be playing right now, reaching thousands of potential customers. Sadly, it's not, but it could be. Find out how to be an advertised sponsor for It's Too Late with Alan Mosley. Email us at info@alanmosley.tv. Guys, welcome back to the show. Before we go on, I gotta remind myself we have another sponsor for tonight's show.
Yes.
It's Tennessee Hot Sauce Company, which you can go to their website.
Yeah.
That's tnhotsauceco.com. I actually have a couple of their flavors right here on the desk. Here is the Poblano Jalapeno, as well as the Blood Orange Ghost. If you like to have anal leakage, you have the Blood Orange Ghost. And they
My
even
favorite.
have, look at this, they actually have their own personable and problematic meter. Look at that. They have personable and problematic on the bottle. And ladies and gentlemen, this one's problematic. So if the dark red lettering and ominous vibe didn't tell you. So I actually have a cool thing to tell you guys. So the owner of Tennessee Hot Sauce Company is going to be at our event live June 4th for the 4th annual It's Too Late live show. And listen to this. They are going to be making a special hot sauce to commemorate our 4th annual event. They're going to be bringing a special limited time It's Too Hot with Alan Mosley hot sauce that you can purchase there at the live event. Is that
That's
not
freaking
cool?
rad.
That's
rad.
really cool. If we
Yeah.
were gonna like chug a bottle of sauce, it would be that one. Like,
Mhm.
I don't even know what it's gonna be. It's gonna be like a mystery sauce.
Yeah.
You had a lot of mystery sauce in your day, Dave?
Well, yeah. The 2000s were crazy.
Yeah. I mean,
The aughts.
anyway. Um, Ladies and gentlemen, something I thought I would do tonight, because this is something we've discussed on the show before, is that I don't like to talk about the same things over and over again. It just gets stale and repetitive, and I feel like if we've already talked about something, we should move on. There's so much going on in the world. Let's talk about different things. But I've had some people contact me recently and say, yeah, but you know what? Sometimes having some red meat for it's like preaching to the choir, right? Like sometimes it's good to go back to your roots and to remind people about, kind of getting back to the basics, so to speak. And I thought that since this year's show fell on April 20th, we would talk about the war on drugs.
Yeah.
And I don't have 69 things. It's so freaking sad that I don't. I only have 41. That's all I could come up with, Dave.
That's still a lot.
It's still pretty good. It's all I can come up with. So I'm going to read for you 41 surprising war on drugs statistics. Now, most of these are since 2021, so they're fairly recent. Some of them might be a little bit older, but, whatever. Get in line, unfollowed, right? Like, this guy's citing statistics more than a year old, reported. All right. War on drugs. Number 1. In 1986, that was the year after I was born, 5 grams of crack carried a mandatory 5-year sentence, while you needed 500 grams of cocaine to get the same amount of jail time. I know that sounds weird. Like
Yeah.
when you hear about people saying that African American communities are disproportionately affected by drug laws, that's a big
There it
one
is.
right there.
Yeah.
Yes. As a funny little aside, so that was because of the Anti-Drug Abuse Act of 1986. Finally in 2010, Congress passed the, quote, Fair Sentencing Act to eliminate the discrepancy between crack and cocaine. Of course, we want it to be legalized, but they didn't make it so unfair. But it went down from a 100-to-1 disparity to an only 18-to-1 disparity. So you still actually get a harsher sentence for doing crack than just do cocaine.
Yeah.
Just
Like an adult.
yeah, just do cocaine like a God-fearing Christian. Number 2, boy, that was a long time for number 1. We better get going.
Yeah.
Number 2, you could get a small syringe of cocaine at Sears in the 1890s.
Holy shit.
Boy, what a time to have been alive that was.
I'm having a flashback of the candy tier right now.
Yeah. Remember how I said on the show that everyone who says they wish they lived in an earlier time is lying because the future's always better than the past? With the lone exception of, in 1890, you could buy cocaine at Sears.
There it is.
Number 3, despite the 50-year-long war on drugs, the global cocaine supply has grown 400%.
Well, that's
Despite everything, 400% more cocaine supply. Number 4, Americans spent $150 billion on drugs in 2016 alone. Boy,
I
just
don't
like
even know it.
it's like recession proof, isn't it?
Oh, there you go.
Number 5. Now we're getting to the cost. The United States has spent over $1 trillion on the war on drugs so far.
No. It's not a big number anymore after what we've been throwing around.
Okay, in future weeks, Dave, I want you to submit all your zingers in writing prior to.
Get approved first. All right.
Yeah, get them approved first. $1 trillion on the war on drugs. That's especially bad considering the war on drugs has accomplished nothing. It's been a complete failure. So that is absolutely unequivocally $1 trillion just burnt, gone. Number 6. God, we're only on 6. Jesus Christ. All right. The war on drugs budget has increased 31 times since the 1970s. I'm not going to read all the times, but Jesus Christ. Legalizing marijuana, number 7, legalizing marijuana would save an estimated $7.7 billion a year in avoidance enforcement costs in the U.S. alone. Number 8, The world drug trade is estimated to be worth $320 billion. Number 9. The global drug industry accounts for 1% of all worldwide commerce. 1% of all worldwide commerce is drugs. Yeah. Number 10. Up to $49 billion was spent on law enforcement on the U.S. borders to stop the flow of illegal drugs, which of course failed. Number 11. Heroin. Now we're getting to the good stuff, right? Heroin is 93% cheaper than it was in the 1980s, while cannabis prices remain the same.
Wow.
Yeah, I know, right? Like, now's the time to buy, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Just kidding. For our Fed friends.
Mm-hmm.
Number 12. The United States spent $7.6 billion on the war on drugs in Afghanistan during the War on Terror, only for its heroin production to have grown during the time.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah. Number 13, the price of heroin has dropped by 81% since the 90s, while its purity has increased by 60%. I love the future. Yeah, right? Drug use statistics. Like, you know how everybody dies from fentanyl? Like, nobody dies from heroin. They die from fentanyl, right? Like, in cocaine and everything else. If they would just legalize the shit, then it wouldn't be laced with fentanyl and nobody would be dying, and everyone would meet Jesus.
Go buy it at Walmart.
Yeah. Or Sears, if your town still has one. If they could still sell cocaine, they'd still be around.
See?
Yeah. Yeah.
Another casualty of the war on drugs. Sears.
Drug use statistics. Number 14. At least 5.6 of the entire world population used illegal drugs in 2016.
Yeah.
Number 15. Harder drugs are showing an increase in use, with 14.9 million Americans reporting using methamphetamine currently or at one time. I think there's that many just in Tennessee. There's probably that many in Colombia. Y'all are going to love when you visit. Okay,
that's
anyway.
exciting.
I told you the event's going to be great. And it's 60% more pure. So, number 16, around 124 million people in the U.S. report using marijuana at some point. That's a third of the country.
Well, yeah.
All right. That's a third of the country that Kamala Harris would put you in prison.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to have to build some prisons. All right. Number 17. I keep looking at the clock and looking back at the list and looking back at the clock and thinking,
we're fine. It's fine.
Yeah. Number 17. After marijuana and cocaine, ecstasy and LSD are the most used, with about 2.5 million users in 2019. I'd never had LSD, but... Right.
But...
Number 18, 28.1% of teenagers say cocaine is fairly easy to get.
But it's illegal.
You've got one that's about to be a teenager. So like in another month, he's going to say, Dad, you want some Coke? Like,
yeah.
I'll just run and get you some.
Nice.
And then you'll say, yeah, you'll say nice until Mary walks in, and then you'll say no. And then slide him a Benjamin. Yeah. All right. Number 19. The lowest drug use among high schoolers was in 1992, which was 14.4%. It's now all the way up to 25.5%.
That's so weird.
In 1992, nobody was partying, but nowadays, yeah. Death by overdose average was 17 per 100,000 in the United States in 2018. Number 20. According to 2016 drug use statistics, someone dies from opioid abuse every 16 minutes.
See, that's not good.
See, if they could just get their marijuana or their heroin, then they wouldn't be using like they wouldn't just be taking random opioids that some dude gives them that's laced with fentanyl. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. 21. Around 11.8 million people used opioids in 2016 in the United States. 22. Opioid deaths increased by 48% nationwide in 2016. The opioid, I bet it's a lot more now since the pandemic.
Yeah, I can see that.
23. The opioid overdose death in women rose by a shocking 400% during the 2000s. Holy shit!
Wow.
Y'all ladies need to chill.
No chill.
Just increments.
Yeah.
You don't rush home and
Do
There's
all
no-
the opioids.
there's no talking to these ladies. Like hoes with no toes, bitches be tripping. Americans consume up to 80% of all globally produced opioids. USA. USA.
We're winning.
80% all just goes to Americans. 25, there were only 13,585 substance abuse treatment facilities in the U.S. in 2017. Consequences of the war on drugs.
Mm-hmm.
Number 26, over 500,000 people in the U.S. are imprisoned for drug-related offenses.
That's
27, up to 80% of drug arrests are for simple possession, not sale. Number 28, over 16% of people in U.S. state prisons are drug offenders. 29, individual state policy changes and drug laws lowered the drug-related charges prison population from 20% to 16.6%. So it's at least less, but that's still only picking and choosing certain parts of the country. Not in Tennessee, unfortunately. Tennessee's still got a ways to go. Number 30, up to 67% of people think the focus should be on treatment, not prosecution. 2/3 of people think the war on drugs is stupid.
Yep.
I mean, in terms of national politics, that's an enormous majority.
Mm-hmm.
Number 31, a shocking 73% of Americans were in favor of a mandatory death sentence for major drug traffickers back in 1990. Things have changed a lot from the 90s to today. Number 32, up to 62% of SWAT raids are for drug searches. Number 33, over 60,000 Mexicans have died in cartel and drug war conflicts, Mexican drug war statistics reveal. Number 34, the war on drugs death toll in the Philippines exceeds 29,000. Number 35, in 2018 alone, there were 1,654,282 drug arrests. Number 36, over 663,367 people were arrested for marijuana possession in 2018.
Marijuana?
Yeah. Boo this man. Number 37. A black person is 3.6 times more likely to be arrested on drug charges than a white person. I smell weed. You've been smoking, boy. That's what they would say. That's not what I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where's Tyrone? He'd do some. Whites are 45% more likely to sell drugs in the 1980s than blacks. Capitalism.
Yep.
I'm sorry. That's number 39. Black and white people use drugs in equal measure, apart from college, where white students use drugs by 5% more.
Mm-hmm.
Number 40. The number of people in prison in Portugal held on drug-related charges dropped from 44% to 24% since changes in legislation. Um, so the American war on drugs has had much less of an effect than Portugal's law reform and decriminalization. So Portugal started a series of decriminalization measures where they decriminalized a huge amount of illegal drugs in their country. And shockingly, their prisons emptied out. Imagine that. Number 41, last one. Portugal cut its HIV infection rate from 104.2 new cases per million to just 4.2 cases per million with changes in drug policy. Holy shit. So the bottom line is, like, some of the kind of key takeaways from all that is, number one, when you're not arresting and throwing people in prison for simple possession, you have way less people in prison.
Weird.
Easy enough. You also have way less related medical issues such as dirty needles, HIV, opioid crisis, etc., etc. You don't have people ODing on things when you decriminalize.
Mm-hmm.
Next thing, we talked about particularly violent places such as Mexico and the Philippines, but you think in this country, you think of some of the worst inner cities. You think of a Baltimore, you think of a Chicago, you think of the how of all the gangland violence. All of that is spurred from territorial disputes. What are they fighting for territory for? Territory to sell and deal drugs. If these things were decriminalized and you could go to Walmart to get your drug of choice for half the price as the dude on the street corner was selling it for, you would have immediately removed the financial incentive for all those organizations. Just like that. Well, we made it through 41, but now I kind of feel like we shouldn't have. Now I'm just mad.
What, you went too fast, or? Oh,
No,
because of the content.
Yeah, because it makes me angry.
It does. It's so stupid.
Yeah, it is stupid. The thing is that I love Thomas Massie, but I'm going to use him as a bit of a negative example here. So he was somebody that voted no on a recent House bill. It had no chance to pass the Senate, so it doesn't really matter. But he voted no on a House bill to legalize marijuana. Now, the reason he did it, because he's the type of person that says exactly why he votes. And I respect his reason, but I still disagree with it. His reason is that, well, because the bill isn't just simply going to legalize marijuana. It's not a one-line sentence bill that says marijuana is illegal, boom, done. It would reschedule... It would reschedule THC, but of course with it would become a huge bureaucracy and a massive amount of regulation to tax and regulate the entire industry. It'd be a lot of picking winners. There would be state-sponsored grows, state dispensaries, etc., etc. Now, we're taxationist theft people on the show. We wouldn't want that. However, there's millions of people rotting in prison right now because they had a joint.
Yeah.
If you had the opportunity to pass a bill that would legalize marijuana and also would expunge those convictions for nonviolent offenders, you sign it. You sign it. So, we have a little bit of a disagreement there. I'm gonna try to end with a little bit of a white pill here and say, I think that the time, not for all drugs, by the way, you're not going to be able to go to Sears and get your cocaine. However, I do think that a full legalization of marijuana is in the very near future, and I would hope that with that you would see the ancillary results of a decrease in an opioid use, etc., because people could freely and easily get cannabis. I think that that's in the very near future for us. And I think it is not because these evil pieces of shit that have persecuted the drug war for 50 years. They have no souls. These monsters don't care about the carnage that they have caused. They're not going to change the law because they've had a sudden come to Jesus moment. They're going to change the law because it's politically expedient. When you have a critical mass of people that say, I hate you, but if you legalized marijuana, I would vote for you, then they'll legalize it. And you know what? I don't give a shit. I mean, I don't vote anyways. I don't have a dog in the fight, but I don't give a shit. If it meant they would legalize it, do it. I don't care. We always have time to worry about arguing about the next thing after. Let's get all those people out of jail.
Yes.
Yeah. Jesus toked. That's the comment from chat that I read as we're ending this segment. I'm gonna need some
one to pick.
Yeah, I'm gonna need some biblical sources on that one. But in the meantime, we're gonna be back to wrap up the show right after this commercial break. Don't go away. If you're enjoying tonight's show, consider supporting the program by becoming a member of our Patreon. That's over at patreon.com/Alan Mosley. Like our Facebook page. It's facebook.com/Alan Mosley TV. You can follow me on Twitter. It's twitter.com/Alan Mosley TV. Subscribe to our YouTube page. It's youtube.com/Alan Mosley TV. Guys, we're now also on Odyssey. Go over and support a free speech platform. It's odyssey.com. It's Too Late with Alan Mosley or Alan Mosley TV. If you're more of a listener than a watcher, you can get us on your favorite podcasting platform of choice thanks to Anchor FM. It's anchor.fm/Alan Mosley TV. Woo! We made it through the list, Dave. You know, we haven't done a tier list in a while.
Yeah, we need one.
We need to do one, but I think didn't you and I agree that the next time we're gonna do a tier list, like we need to have the stuff. Like if we're gonna do a tier list of pizza, we need to have the pizza.
Yeah.
Like we're not just gonna sit here and wax philosophical about pizza, by God. We're gonna not till after the diet though.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
Can't eat those.
Aaron
carbs.
says we should do a drug tier list, and Swole Keesley says subscribe, losers. You know, I'm starting to worry that maybe the reason why we don't have more people coming to the live show is that our currently existing audience, like, shoos them away.
They're very elitist.
Yeah, like they hear, you come to the show, you hear banjo playing in the background, Ryan cocks his shotgun, tells you go back the way you came, and just like that, we don't have any more.
I don't like outsiders here.
Well, hey, we gained a couple of subscribers, though, during the show.
I saw that
that's
come
nice.
across the chat.
That's sweet. That's good, but we're actually down about half of where we were at our height. That's kind of a bummer. Are we doing an after show?
Yeah, we are. We got to explain ourselves.
Oh, okay. All right. I guess we're doing an after show. So, guys, thank you so much for watching another episode of It's Too Late, and we will see you next week. Yeah, we are.
Fucking nailed it, man.
Did we, though?
I think we did. I think we did great, man. It's like the beginning. I got my big screw up out of the way, like right away. Like it was huge. The kill switch didn't work exactly as I wanted to, but you recovered well.
I thought about just ending stream. Just, you know.
We'll try again next week.
Yeah. There's always next week. Go to Twitch, everybody.